um, as it goes, and you know that I've gone through quite a bit. Uh, Happy to say I'm in a hotel this week, and not working at Waffle House. That's a whole story in itself. Maybe we'll get into that tomorrow. Trying to get my producer friend Eric on, up and coming artist Rocky. I call him Rocky Non Balboa. He'll be on the show. He's actually got a studio, so we might have an actual studio for what is wrong with the right direction. Yeah. Mm. Swig of some Mountain Dew. So what I thought is before we're going to get into the next show, which is going to be more of a Q and A on me from them, and I want the audience to be interactive um, as much as possible. Basically, is my life film worthy? Is my story film worthy? I mean, I've gone through it all. However, I've also gotten a lot of messages from the man up above. The man single-handedly stepped in when these shadow people, uh, and I wanted to do this too today because everybody knows every day people just seem to get weirder and weirder. Am I right or am I wrong? It just seems like people are just getting more ruthless. And every day I look on these pictures and I'm seeing the more demons and the shadow people. They change minute, hourly. It's freaking crazy. And I've gotten talking to some you know preachers and all whatnot, and I kind of mentioned about passing over, and I said, yeah, there's good and there's evil, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and you should see the picture of the demonic portal I have, and that's where their face goes wah 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 wah. You know, eh, y'all, this exists. It does. I couldn't believe it either. But hold on, gonna go with my guess. Do an overview. Is my life film worthy? And the cause, guys. Listen, when I started this, it was back in February, March. Remember, I've had a lot of this info for years. I hadn't known what to do with it, and it hadn't been until I recorded. What did I record? Like 5 episodes up until July, and it hadn't been until July where I decided to advertise a little bit. Um, what I'm trying to do is where I'm at. There's so many stories that can be spun off uh, my story. There's so much going on here. Um, there are little stories, and then that's going to be about cousin here. Cousin is a guy that I met, and he's very much like me. We both feel that people need to be more diverse racially as far as accepting. I don't really, I just don't see color. Um, I just try to see a person for a person, and he noticed that, and I noticed that about him. And like I said, I'm a, I'm half a cracker, half Italian, and I'm the only one sticking out like a sore thumb around here, and nobody's ever made me feel that way. And they're some of the greatest people I've ever met. So we got Rocky, who I met through Waffle House. Um, we are going to plan a big fundraising event here, and it's going to be. I decided last night it's going to be for the landlocked community where I'm at right now. I'm waiting for investors to come with me with a piece of land. Let's get some tiny homes on there for my reboot community. And I also want their opinion on my community projects. Now, I want to get scripted, my life story scripted, and I want to start getting content now, streaming this of what we got going on before all of this is built. Now, I guess that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for someone to say, "Yep, we will. We're going to donate a piece of land. We're going to support you until you get going." Because I got a lot of great ideas. I think how to fund it. You know, like I said, the difference between homeless and a rebooter is a rebooter has a job. Homeless people are homeless because they choose to. Now, right now, I think I have a job, but I have to wait till tomorrow. So I'm I'm in between myself, but I really would love just to run my nonprofit. Um, with that said, uh, and the land lockers. Oh, by the way, is where I'm at, and I crash landed here. Um, it's at early June. I'm in Norcross, Georgia, and there is just several hotels all connected in the middle of Norcross, Georgia. It's kind of ironic. And you have, the Waffle House, you have, Burger King, you have a couple of complexes that are right together, and that's your community. Like your neighbors are your neighbors that live in the hotel, and they're stuck with you. We're all stuck. Um, we all don't have cars, so I had a brain tumor that was removed in November, and gosh, that was it was tough to recover from that. I didn't think that my recovery would be that long, and I couldn't work but just a couple times a week, and then I'd start working and I get real dizzy, fainted one time, and so it ended up I was battling this for a couple months, and I got late on my car payments. Of course, my payments were at a 27% interest and $600 a month. And this is a punishment because I got divorced and got rang through because I got my career taken away, and my credit is horrible, and so it's like you're automatically punished for being punished. Like you're automatically punished. If you go through the ringer, you're just screwed, and that's the reboot community is something that I would take this part of society away from and give people to be a rebooter and buy their car from the organization where there is not an interest rate. There will be just a fair price, and you pay it. We do automatic deductions from your paycheck. It's not going to be as much as a normal car payment. It's going to meet in your budget. We're gonna. I want to work with rebooters from the time they get in. They buy a house through the community. I can see this like chime almost, where while you're paying in the organization, you're cleaning up your credit. So when you want to go buy a house or buy another car, once you're rebooted, you can. It just makes no sense to me for people that have rough times in their lives. You're punished by the credit system, and then you're just screwed. So that's stuff we're going to cover. We're going to do a Q&A with me, with my guests, hopefully live in a new studio, and it'll be fun. I need you guys. I need help. Um, I'm opening up the portal. I got a couple people that are going to be on the show with me that are entering. We're doing what we can. I need some advice. I need some help. Please, email me, rwbthert direction 23 at gmail.com. Get on the show right now. Somebody freaking help me. Um, it's It's not easy uh, knocking down a job and then working on this right afterwards. There's a lot that I got to do. Also, I'm getting somebody, if anyone wants to help donate, I got to pay $250 to get my YouTube channel uh, all cleaned up because I want to get some content out every day. And Wonder B, he's going to do it. He's going to showcase himself. And the YouTube channel is going to be more tailored towards what I call who's in the right direction, spotlight in the right direction. And I just think that kid's just got he's just got it. He is just naturally born to entertain, and he's going to be a right hand man in my community organization, helping me out. And I'm just excited if we can just get off the damn ground. Um, all right. So with that said, let's uh let's take a look. Let's take a look at the devil tree pictures. All right. So we're live. Going to the link. So I'm gonna copy and paste. I'm gonna put it into a browser. Copy. There we go. All right. Let's see. Hold on one second. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to bring my picture right into me. Okay. So, all right. Perfecto. There we go. There we go. Okay. So let me explain the day. It was I was going through absolute hell. Now I've got a 12-year-old daughter that I just think the world of. She's my world. She's just like me. Um, she was planned, and basically, she was the answer at fixing both my ex's childhood and my childhood. And well, I had strong suspicions, let's say, that she had been cheating. I didn't have hard evidence, but I was 99.99% sure that that's what she was doing. And I remember I was house sitting slash living. At that time, I was configuring 911 sites for their call handling. So, and making a lot of money, by the way. So, I was um, I was gone during the week, about 95% of the time. So, it didn't make much sense to me to go ahead and rush into buying a place. Plus, I didn't really know. Like I said, I was very certain that that she was cheating on me. And so the morning of, when I got concrete evidence, it was crazy. Watching my parents' dog, and I hear something outside. Um, and, uh, and the dog gets up, dog hears it. We go outside, and I look, and I thought it was, I saw two people, and I thought it was some people with some wife beaters on, like it was real pale white. And I was like, what the hell? And the dog was like, the dog was kind of freaking out. I know, damn kids, get off my yard, you damn kids, one of those things. So, I go back to bed. I had an actual, I was doing remote, quote unquote, remote support for my company. And those weeks that I was home, usually I was left alone. Maybe then I have to do some, you remote training. And lo and behold, I had a day stacked and packed. Right, so I get up, uh, and Adam, and About what was it? About 8 o'clock, 8:30. I had to call down. I had to call Corp headquarters in Longmont, get some shit done with my laptop. Remoted in, got that done, and then my phone rings. Well, who my ex-wife is married to now is it's someone that we knew, um, we hung out with. So it's a swinging thing over here in Metro Atlanta, I guess, through the neighborhoods. But it was her now husband's, well, the ex-wife, soon to be. So I get a phone call from her, and she's texting me scans of receipts. She's got proof, and gosh, even though I thought I knew, seeing the proof, yeah, it was tough. It was reality. And from the day that I decided to go with the podcast was also the day that something happened at work where I heard one guy said, "What can one man do to fix this?" I thought to myself, "Well, I sure as hell have a big ass mouth, so I can broadcast myself." Uh, and then that night, for some reason, there was something on. There was something on. I was watching the live TV from when I was Tubi or something I was streaming, and they had this documentary on shadow people. Well, how this all began, I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of put all this like way in the back of my head, like, oh wait, hey guys, I'm sorry. Before I forget, let me um, copy a. Hold on, let me share. Users to join you live. Okay, let me copy the links that if you wanted to join live, you can. Okay, feel free. So, yeah, these shadow people um, feed off misery. Now, when I had passed, when I was being revived for the third time, things kind of were sent in my head that made sense, and I remember God saying, "Rob, quit hitting grand slams." Guys, I've been at the pinnacle, the zenith of greatness. Professional tennis player, there, beat some unbelievable people. Uh, Warmed up the '93 U.S. Open doubles champ. Just had great stories about that. And all of a sudden, the bottom dropped out. I hurt myself. I've been a general manager of minor league baseball team, right there at greatness, and the bottom drops out. So many times I was going to make $1 million easily in my 20s with a plan to Motorola. I sold a plan, and it got signed. And then the director went to another position at another job. And guess what the new director did? He, quote unquote, squashed it. It just, being even right before the pandemic, being a director of sales and assistant creative, there. The day of quarantine, there. Got the shows are rescheduled. I got a movie financed. Quarantine, so, no, I've hit a lot of grand slams. God says, just hit single. Just get on base, go to Kroger, and go from there. You'll know when I'm ready. And as I was coming to, he said, and remember, you're a teacher at heart, which is true. Started teaching at 13, tennis. And he said, you're one of God's soldiers. Interesting. I'll go backwards. That day, So it's like blood in the water for these sons of bitches. Okay, I'm one of God's soldiers. I've had a little bit. Not that I'm, can tune in and say, "Oh, uh, Frank, Frank Harris." Frank, I don't know who Frank Harris is. Yes, I can see what he's doing now. No, I can't do it. No, I just get just feelings, images. My family, my Italian side, that side is all into these psychics and all this other crap. I think that's kind of playing in the devil's den a little bit. I think you are getting a mixture of some messages. I think it's not tuned into the good. Now, um, my sixth sense is better. That I know what's evil and I know what's not. I mean, I can see these shadow people sometimes, and they try to fuck with me, and they can't, and so the pictures that I'm going to show you. Um, just remember, this is a demonic portal, okay, and then an actual picture of a shadow person, and there are times where um, my electricity fucks up. My nose runs. I get sick. You might feel depressed. I feel like when I'm one of these medical commercials. Well, if Exuvit doesn't make you have anal leakage and your nose fall off, then you don't need to consult your doctor. No, no, listen. Remember, God is God, and you got to be able to repent in 180 degrees and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not the best at, I acknowledge I've done this. I acknowledge that I'm not this, that, or the other thing. I acknowledge I talk too much. I acknowledge. See, if you look at yourself in the mirror, you can hear what God's saying, and therefore God can be in you. Um, just know that good prevails. Good beats evil, but you've got to let the good in, which means you've got to admit the evil that has been inside you. So, just a fair warning. Um, all right. So, one of the links, I got a kind of a montage video going here. So, you got the forest, the shadow person, then you got two pictures there with the notes on them. Well, let's take a look at the noted picture. Let me see if I can. I'm just gonna. This is also on my website, guys. Let me see here. Trying to scroll in. I don't have my glasses on. Um, so that day, I get the phone call, and my morning was so busy. I remember getting it and just this heart, this feeling in the bottom of my chest, and I had to move on. And that's like being a tennis player. You lose a lot of points winning 6-love, 6-love, and I had to move on, and I couldn't really deal with it. So I compartmentalized, whatever. You say it better than me. I can't talk right now. And so I remember it was about 11 a.m. and I had to do some remote training at this point on the reporting side for 911. And I'm like, screw. It's it's 11 o'clock in the morning. What do? I go grab an ice cold, frosty beer. Right? I sit on the back porch. It's a beautiful day. Actually, I sat on the bottom porch. My parents have a beautiful home in Cumming, Georgia. That is Cumming, Georgia. Yes. Ha ha ha. And they got they got an upper deck and they got a lower porch. And it was just gorgeous. So I'm sitting out, just crack a beer open. I'm going through. I'm very concentrated on my conference call. And I remember looking to the left and it looked a little different down by the river. And It didn't, I was like, that's kind of weird. And then, in mid thought, and all of a sudden, I look again, it's just everything changes. Ladies and gentlemen, the trees in that picture do not exist in the backyard. And I think I had someone that Googled where those trees are from, and they're not native of Georgia. That's weird thing number one. Okay. Weird thing number two is like, so as this is going on, I'm like, okay. So I'm heavily suspected that my ex at the time had, or her now husband, is one of the richest guys in the South here. He's got, he can wipe his butt with 100s and it wouldn't bother him. So I figured he had someone tailing me. And I'm starting to think, at this point, maybe I'm hallucinating. How did they get to my water system? I'm thinking all this, like, it's got to be a blissful. And it wasn't. Um, so I tell my group that that I have to go pick up my daughter. A little white lie, because I'm starting to freak out. I'm thinking, if I'm hallucinating, I don't need to be on no conference call. So I dropped the conference call, and and I'm walking down, and I'm just seeing the trees change and form, and like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, okay, bro, you're having a flashback, you're hallucinating. What is going on here? So I went in and snapped a couple photos. Okay, and I figured if I look at the photo, I'll see reality, the more real backyard. And so I snap a couple. I go into my photos, and it shows. I don't go, man, I'm tripping hard. I'm seeing the same thing. So I figured, okay, tomorrow I'll open this up, and I'll actually see what I'm supposed to see. And of course, that didn't happen. And as the day progressed, I started seeing the beans. They did the actual. They were just almost antagonizing me. Um, and I saw them for days. I saw them up in the trees, and I was thinking, I was like thinking that, okay, these guys are projecting. They must have technology I don't even understand. They must be projecting these 3D images of people. Like, these can't be. I'm still thinking it's of this world, which obviously it isn't. Um, and so it was a weird day, and at that point, once I was like so confused, I said I just need to get drunk. So I proceeded to tie a hell of a buzz on, take a cab to my friend's house to see what he sees in the picture. He, of course, was worried because I had found out that day about my ex, and he basically kind of glanced. Yeah, there are trees. Glanced at the picture and was like, "Why are you trying to show me trees? Are you losing your mind?" So then I figured, oh my god, you got to scroll in to see all this. It's crazy. So first off, when I proceeded to come back from the cab and we were going down the driveway, I saw a couple of these things that are in the trees sitting out on the back porch. And I remember being in the Uber, paying, him looking straight ahead, me seeing all this stuff, and him not acknowledging it. I don't think he could see it. And I'm like, wow, as soon as I got back to my parents' property, they were there and they were waiting for me. When I left, I could see people in the trees waving at me. And I'm like, man, I'm tripping hard. But when I came back, I was pretty well drunk, and I was like, oh, wow. You don't usually trip when you're drunk. And I figured, all right, I'm gonna crack a few beers open. I'm gonna see what's going on here. I have that picture of the shadow person. That cannot be my picture. And my shadow, because I'm not standing in any light. I'm under an umbrella, and the camera is outside the umbrella. Um, here's the weird thing. All right, a couple things don't exist on the driveway. We'll go. Let me go over the forest with you guys first. Let's see. Oh, whoops, whoopsie. Hold on. I got a friend of mine that might want to join. Sorry, folks. I can't multitask to save my damn life, I'll tell you. All right. So, going to the devil tree. First of all, you see a main tree um, inside the picture. Okay. If you look at my notes, I gotta find the one that has the notes. Let's start. This is harder than I thought doing this. Let me find my one with the notes. Jeez. I'm always so unprepared. I know. Okay. Where are you at? Where are you at? Okay. All right. So up top in the middle, you see a big red circle. You see an arrow. Okay. Pointing at that. This is like a face. You see eyes. You see a nose. Well, this face uh, used to turn around and look at me when I would flip open my phone for months. Every single time I'd fly out, I'd go to my bar in Atlanta and I'd flip up on the phone this picture and it would turn and look at me. I'm like, whoa. And get the little goose pimples thinking about it. Um, yeah, and that day, it's like I was seeing all these. Um, wow, my TV's just flipped off. That's crazy. You know, these bastards, they're a pain in my ass. Yeah, you guys are funny. Ha 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 ha. Fuckos. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, for months I would look at my phone, and this would occur. And that day, man, there was just weird extensions of the trees that would look like pulley systems. I mean, it was weird seeing this all come together. I can't explain it. Um, okay, so beneath the circle, you see a note. If you go to my website or to the video that has the notes, you see a circle and it says "flicking me off." Well, that little bastard, that little bastard with the bad haircut. If you scroll in, he is looks like a little devil that's on the tree. That little devil I saw waiting for me. What? All right, so I'm starting to see new things forming. Let's make note um, of your surroundings here on the picture because it will change. So you got the devil there. Does everybody see that guy with the bad haircut? Now, if you go to the next tree to the right, he says "What the fuck?" Looks like ex's husband. Um, that's something new that is formed. Okay, and if you scroll in, and it looks just like him. That face and the ears look just like him. Um, If you scroll in, you'll see that also right to the right. You see skeletons scattered all across this photo. It is so weird. Um, so let me scroll on down. Whoops. Okay. Now, if we move swiftly along below the devil, and this is you see an arrow. I call this guy. You see a red arrow? I call this guy Forrest Gump. If you see, it's a face of a dopey looking person, and you almost see like hands on their cheek, like the branches look like the little hands on the cheek, going, "Hey, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Duh, duh." Oh, who's that cartoon? I forget. Hey George, duh. Yeah, that's who I call Forrest Gump. He's still Lieutenant Dan. Um, he's just always got a dopey look on his face. These stupid, fucking pain in the ass, blood sucking, misery loving motherfuckers. Screw you. That's what I say. That's why I'm opening up the portal of good. We got to get enough people inside of it, so we just get our own momentum going. If we continue to let this the way it's going, like God told me, I'm one of his soldiers, and we have a fight to fight. He said, we have a big fight, and we are fighting it, and we need you." So these guys came. They hadn't smelt blood in the water. They said, "We got one of God's soldiers," and by golly, for over a year, They got me so angry. They got into me. I was just not thinking right. Just horrible things. I mean, I was in the right about my daughter, but the way to handle it was completely like screwed up. And if I had done it, I would have ruined. I mean, I could have. There's a lot of things that could have happened. Um, Moving down. Okay, so when I saw the documentary on the shadow people, they kept mentioning something about a wolf. So you see a big circle. What the fuck? The interesting thing about the the picture of the wolf in there is that he'll have a sad face and a face that looks right at you. Now to the right, you see a little arrow. What the fuck is that? It almost looks like a girl. And in the back to the right, there's a little skeleton head. Now these um, things, if you look at the wolf itself, you notice it's got a human leg. One that sticks to the right, and one that you see just barely as it goes away from the tree. This is new, where the wolf has legs, two legs. Um, this is all kind of new with the thing. It used to just be kind of a stump um, right below, I guess you would say the crotch area. It was just a stump and you didn't really see. But now you see it looks almost like a leg with a boot on there and blonde curly hair. Oh, skeleton just got a little bigger in the background. Nice. He wants to say hello to everybody. Um, and I saw that, and then you'll see in between them, like the wolf is holding like a machete. Okay, and then in his right hand side, you see that the right hand, you see like he's holding up something. When I saw that documentary, it kept mentioning the wolf. The second time this portal thing happened to me at my old house, it was all about the wolf, and I kept hearing werewolves of London. That's where I got in a trance with these, and that's what you got to watch out. They will put you in a trance. And I was jotting down the address from above, right above the wolf's head. Uh, you see that little thing with the sunglasses on. almost looks like a part of a bamboo, or I don't know. Well, that thing came to me as a leaf and handed me an address, and I ended up going in Buckhead, going into a place called the Wolf Pack that was abandoned, and some guy was there, happened to be there, and said, I, he said, "What are you doing in here?" I was like, "Whoa!" I said, "I'm supposed to meet somebody." Meet somebody? There hadn't been anybody in here for years. Like, holy shit. Okay. That's pretty effed up. Thank you, sir. I will never see you again. So, um, that has significance with this portal with the shadow people. Oh, look. So if wow, I've got a picture of the notes. I've got a picture of the actual picture in the middle up, and then the shadow, and the picture in the middle with the same picture of the woods. The wolf is in a different angle. That's pretty effed up. Okay. Um, let's see. There has been another newcomer. Let me go to another picture. Okay, so what we got? You got the face. You got the devil that I saw. You got Forrest Gump. You got the wolf. To the left of the wolf, inside that tree, is almost a face that looks like a dog or a wolf. Okay. And then below that is a face that changes from a demon. And then I see on the driveway, oh my God, there's a new thing on the driveway of the shadow part. Holy crow, this is unbelievable. We'll have to get to that in a second, where I have the shadow people. You see that demon, and I see that demon sometimes on the driveway. Oh, there he is. You see right below the wolf, um, the demon is there. You see two eyes, almost glowing, almost white. Um, that's just one part. Okay. If we move to the other bigger tree, you got at the top, you see it says skeleton to the right. Right below the skeleton, there's some weird thing that's just new. Okay. If you scroll in, you'll see bones and skeletons up for the skies. That's just really some screwed up stuff. Let's see. If you scroll in where it looks like my ex's husband, to the right of that, you see like a skeleton baby. You see a skeleton. This is Satan's freaking army. This is Satan's army. Okay, they feed off your misery. They feed off of your misery. They're pesky little bastards. They think they can get in you, but they can't. You have to believe in good. You have to believe in it. These are real. It's nothing that's been enhanced. I wouldn't know how to enhance. I can't even enhance my own damn penis, guys, let alone a picture. So you got to get in my portal of good, and let's get the right momentum started. Tired of every day it being a weirder and weirder day because these fuckers get inside of you and they change your demeanor. And not for the good. You're not jolly Mr. Claus. You are angry, loving, jealous, hating. What flows through devil's bloodstream is anger and jealousy. And these guys will help do that. Something new that I have seen too is to the right of the tree, the main tree. Well, that's changed now. Wow. Where'd my alien looking guy go? Hmm. He's not there now. Interesting. All right. Well, Alien must have went back to his planet. Um, to the to the left, real quick, you see like a tree that's got like two legs and a trunk, like a human trunk. Don't know what that is, but above him you see a circle, and you see written there, "Saw when I crossed, going to hell." So when I crossed, I saw the people that go to church once a week. They wave their hands in the air like they just don't care to the contemporary bullshit music that I can't fucking stand. It's a money making. I've had this song "What Is Wrong with the Right Direction" for a long time. I have not want to do anything with it but use it for good. Um, Now I know you can use it for good and help. I want it to make money to help fund my community. That's going to be for good. So if people are indeed writing music and they're not doing it to be rich, then I tip my cap to you. Otherwise, there's a lot of them, especially the preachers at church and all this other bullshit, little groups that it's a money making scheme. And those people go into quicksand. They're pissed off as hell. They're not going to heaven, they're not going to hell. But they're seeing us, the fellow travelers, skirt by them and they are pissed off. People that come into your store and they ruin your day, people like that, they are so selfish, they just, don't worry. They will go into quicksand and they probably will never get out. And when Judgment Day comes, and you're not, and there was a song in my head when I crossed. It's about Judgment Day. There's a train bound for heaven. It's for believers, not for sinners. Something about a train when Jesus is coming. It was almost like country, like an old country song. And I thought that was interesting because the last song that came to my head was in Door style. Um, but this was a country version, and if you haven't passed and gone to heaven, if you're in purgatory, which is the quicksand. The other thing I saw was ghosts who were so selfish in their own death. They were so consumed with their own death that they couldn't see us. They couldn't see the light. They couldn't see God. They're so selfish, so absorbed in themselves that, and I can almost drive past cemeteries and look and feel who's ghosting, if you will. Ghosting ain't easy. Well, they're just too consumed, and then this is something. It's free. There's good, there's evil, there's free will. Bottom line, God makes it simple. What is wrong with the right direction is all about don't go to the gray area. You got right, you got wrong, you got free will. Free will can be intoxicating. It can be suffocating. Well, all you're seeing is just you just need more indulgence about you. And then people will say, "Oh, well, God's got a plan for me." Well, Jack, Jack Wagon, you got to open up your ears first. You got to open up your eyes. Go look in the mirror first. Let's see what's wrong with you. And then go to God. Then you'll be able to hear him. But you got to listen. You don't know what his plan is. You got to listen. And by the way, you might go through shit like me, and you just have to go through it. In that circle, saw when I crossed. So I saw people going to hell. I saw people that were just doomed for hell, and then I saw that scarecrow-looking guy sitting up on a tree, and I knew. It made me flash back to this day, and I just never wanted to really approach this for some reason. Now, no, I'm not afraid of these bastards. I know that I'm God's soldier, and they don't like me, and I don't like them either. That's okay because we finna kick that ass. Basically, guys, if you haven't turned your head and your heart to God, or you haven't passed and went to heaven, and you're in the other group, you're on the earth being so selfish, you haven't listened to Jesus, so on and so forth. Um, you're not going. You will be missed. The train gone to heaven. It's not for sinners, but believers. There's a train bound for heaven. There's a God. It's for Jesus when he comes. Something like that. He's basically that good is just it's you know good is good. And the name is heartwarming. But if you're not good, it's gonna be warming, all right. It's gonna warm your ass straight to hell. You're gonna have a little rump roast going on, but it ain't up in heaven. Sorry. And if you pass like me, you realize that you're going to heaven. Heaven isn't where I'm going to be sitting there getting, you know, fed beers by, you know, beautiful women with a perfect bra size. There's work to be done from what I understand. Like I got a glimpse of it, and I got a feeling of it. You know, there's a lot of evil going on. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. I think Jim Morrison is my guardian angel. By the way, no kidding. I mean, I promise you, that's pretty cool. It was the one thing that's cool is I got Jimmy Morrison as my guardian angel. Is he in heaven? Yeah, he is. Pretty cool. Come together one more time. Hell yeah. All right. Um, Again, looking at this stuff, just remember God is good. Repent. Now, if you scroll in, I see so many skeletons. Where's my new guy? Sits up on a tree. Oh, I got to go to the main photo. Go to the main photo of the forest. I'll find that bastard and then I'll move to the shadow. Dun, 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 one more time. Okay, there we go. All right. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we got some new. I'm sorry, I'm on the main photo now. There's no notes. Oh boy, we got new stuff there too. So you see the scarecrow where I have the notes that I saw him. You go to the upper right about an inch. There's a new face. I don't know what that guy is. Um, like I said, the wolf. The wolf has got legs. There's that little person. Oh wow, we got a shadow person to the right with a skeleton type, bald type, little fragment of his head sticking out, and you see one leg and a partial of another, and it looks shadowy. Huh. Welcome to the party, pal. little die hard for you. Yippee ki mother. Anyway, that's interesting. Where is that song, bitch? Huh? I'll be damned. He ain't in the picture either. It's weird, guys. It is so weird. When really good things are happening, you see a lot of new demons. You see, when bad things are happening, same thing, except that you just got to keep going on with the good. That's all you can do. Uh, where's that? So yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of faces populating skeletons, and here, keep note. Things will change. Keep mental note um, of what you see. Oh boy. Wow. Now, whoa, look at above the wolf. Look above the wolf. What is that? Bird boy? That just came about. Wow. Now, oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. You got something to the right of the shadow guy that looks like he's walking. It almost looks like I don't know, almost looks like some kind of a brown creature, creature features. Um, you just see a lot of skeletons, especially on the left hand side of the photo where you get the two legs and the trunk. Uh, if you look right behind there, there's a skeleton waving to you. They're little, they're jokesters, you know. They're just so funny. Let's go to the shadow person. So when I came home, got on some doors and drank beer and watched a spectacle of shadow people screwing. That was real interesting, I tell you. Let me see. Okay, it's not what I wanted. Now my picture just changed. Wow. All right. Let's go to the shadow person real quick. Unfreaking believable. Hold up. And I got to send Miss Angel, my fiance, sending her a link to the live show. Okay. Mr. Shadow Person. Um, yeah, that was another interesting thing. I mean, like, coming home and I had some random things, and I had these entities like waving at me all day, which continued for days. Um, like just antagonistic, coming right up to you. Palsy bastard. Well, remember, I didn't really think that this was of this world. I mean, I really thought that it was somebody spying on me, projecting these images, or at this point, somehow it got into my water stream and fed me LSD. You know, I'm, I'm very skeptical at this point, and albeit as a kid, I saw ghosts, but did I really see? You ask yourself those questions. Did I really see that when I thought I saw? Did that really happen? Sometimes it happens and you don't really remember. It's dreamy like. Let me get to the shadow person. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, let me get to where I got my notes. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Damn it. Wrong one. Hold on. Sorry, having a little Twizzler break too. Where is my. Okay. Oh, hell. I'm going to. Damn. So many things. Come on, baby. Demon portal. Okay. That's the other one that I wanted. Okay. Got it. Okay. So initially you see that big shadow. Everyone see that to the left? This guy I call the Civil War soldier. This I don't know what this. You almost see the imprint of. He's got a hat and the big glowing light. He's got eyes. He's got a nose. This guy comes and goes. Right? He comes and goes in various portions, various areas of this photo. Um, the other, okay, so that you got him. You see to the very left of your picture, and in black you say white shadow that woke me up. This this was like what I saw and kept seeing. This entity here. Um, this was the one that was heckling me almost, and just the one that woke me up. I saw it. That's why I said I thought it was a white T-shirt. I couldn't really see the face. I I don't know what this is. Um, and then the shadow people, they were having an orgy, and I was playing the doors, and they were dancing, waving, and it looked just like this shadow. Now, what's really strange, and I'm going to the regular pick of no noted pick. I'm going to the shadow person pick, the one the original, if you will. Let me go to that one, and if y'all want to, you do the same. Come on. Oh my golly, I suck. No, they will screw with me. They think it's funny. I don't. Mhm. Oh, here we go. Okay. So what's really crazy? Hey, if you open up my picture, you see in the middle, to the left, there's a shadow. Now, a couple of very strange things on the driveway itself. Let's say, uh, let's say knee high of the shadow. Okay, you go to the right, and there's like if you scroll in, it's like a devil. That's like a demon. Um, the eyes will change directions. Notice where the eyes are now. It's if you're looking at it to my left, which would be to his right, are his eyes. Full on face. It is a nasty looking motherfucker. Nasty. Okay? Here's what's crazy. Is to the right of that, you see this green bush looking thing. I call him the Grinch. And if you go up to almost to the tippity top where it's pointed, then go right down, you'll see in the bush, you'll see two eyes. It almost looks like Chewie from Star Wars. A face. He's got teeth, nasty teeth. Inside of that bush, you got like other little weird looking things. That bush doesn't exist. It's like right behind the garden hose. Now, scrolling right where the garden hose is on the left side, you see some kind of it looks like another, like a rug or something that's brand new that just came up today. Um, Up above that, you see it's like another shadow that's trying to come. Also, going through the left ear from the porch is like a beam of light that never exists. And then up where the porch is, where you have the post, if you will, at the end, you see beams of light. It's just that wasn't on there originally. Um, it, this changes all the time. The person will be closer to the demon. Sometimes it will actually take over. It will just shadow him, and then sometimes you see him way far to the left. Make note of that. This stuff is weird. It's not your mind. It does change. Uh, just make note of it. It's okay. Um, the Civil War ghost, or guy, the pilgrim, if you will, it looks like he's got a top cap, into where the car is, or where the trunk is. See that light? You can make a face and almost a beard and a cap, and then you see glowing lights, or maybe two, three. It looks like his hand. I don't know what his purpose is, but he comes and goes, like I said. Um, this was strange. I sat out there and remembered, like, all right, I know I'm drunk, but beforehand I wasn't, and I'm seeing all this crazy shit. What the hell is going on? You know, it was strange. I still haven't had anybody or any expertise in this email me or call me. Feel free to call me. Um, let's see, phone number. Give me a text. We'll love to have someone on the show. I would love to have people that know anything about this. I want people that know any that want to do that want to give me input or help with my reboot community. Oh my god! See, anybody that has information, please get a hold of me. So moving along tomorrow, we are going to try to have actor, my friend, Mr. Price. Man, man is just a great human being. Young actor, and I think he needs to get back into it. I think you know, I saw what happened to me in my youth. I was playing tennis solely because that was my security away from my parents. That was my security blanket. It was my home. It was my safety zone, and it took me to the pros. I decided to do that, and I think a lot of other kids, they were so rich, their parents forced them into it, and you just tell they're just doing it for their parents. I think a lot of actors and actresses, when they're young, feel the same way. Um, I would love to see him go back into it, and have a reboot, if you will, and just do it for himself, um, and just you know, and if he did, um, yeah, I would be so happy for him. Okay, so we've got former actor. We'll say I like to call him Pricey. The Price is Right. He's coming on. Possible producer Eric, up and comer Rocky. He's going wants to be a producer as well. He is going to also be part of my Doors band, because we got a special treat between me and Wonder B. Wonder B is going to do a medley of his rap while I do a medley of the Doors. It's going to be at our big event, and it'll be live on YouTube and also be on the podcast. So we are working on that as we speak, hopefully tomorrow. And then, of course, Wonder B. Well, I wonder how he be. Will he be taking my limelight? We'll see. He's meant for it. But listen, y'all, uh, if you can point me in the right direction, no pun intended, on any of the things I have talked about, reboot community, landlockers, donations, anything you can do to help get this off the damn ground, please do. Um, Call me, email me, send me smoke signals. I don't care. For God's sake, we got to get this portal of good. We got to get people inside. We got to get the momentum moving. We got to change we got to change a way of thinking for better. We got to film this. We got to separate everyone and showing them how diverse we are and how we love each other and work with each other. It's the only way that I know. God sent me here to teach. Um, and I'm doing it on the podcast, but I'd like to also have a network of people that we're moving in the right direction, and we know it's because we know it's from God. Um, Otherwise, let me tell you, I was brought back by my daughter when I passed away. I had somewhat of a choice, I remember, and I think both he and my daughter kind of influenced me in coming back. And this is what I'm supposed to do. Um, I'm supposed to get this portal of good up and going, and getting a network, getting a reboot community form, just changing the way of thinking. Yes, and by the way, there's accountability with the reboot community. Your credit in there is that you have a job. If you don't, we'll find one for you, because at that point, I'm hoping the organization is like a Ronstadt or something, where we got shifts that we can fill within the people in the organization. Think about the shows spun off. What who enters it, the reboot community or landlocked community, and from the organization, what do they do? I want to be able people to better their lives from the organization. Take classes online, a lot of stuff that will be provided to make you not only reboot but reboot as a better person. How much society is going to change from that? You know, I just think it's we got to turn the ship around, and we're in a storm, and it's not easy. There's a lot of waves, but we got to get it by wave. Please, the love of Pete with an almighty on the side. Please get in touch with me and help me out. Help me help you. Okay. So I'm gonna bid adieu. I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna say AMF, y'all. Gonna head on, continue working in on my website and such. But hopefully tomorrow I got Rocky, Wonder Bee, and The Price is Right coming on live on Podbeam and all of the other outlets, Google, Apple, Tune In, Tune Out. No, I'm just kidding. All of those. But we look forward to you. Uh, be interactive tomorrow, please, y'all. Love you. God bless you. Good night. Good morning.